Hey, Mike Wade, how are you, man? Thanks for coming in. So, you work at Juniper, now part of HPE. So, how does your day look like as a systems engineer?
A lot of customer calls. So I'm a wireless engineer, so I specialize in wireless network design.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like about Hamina is the fact that we can get into the call right away. So talk to the customer while we're on the call with them, get a floor plan in, and start doing the design while we're bringing in the requirements and talking to the customer. So we can speed up the process dramatically. Obviously a design call, if we're just introducing a product, that's not going to happen on the phone call. But when we're talking about design, when we're getting into the nuts and bolts of how many access points are they going to need, where they're going to need to put them right away. You guys make it so easy to get right to the point where it's time to start adding access points. And is the customer, do they need to buy 100 APs? Do they need to buy 50 APs? What's a good ballpark? That we can get to right away. And then you can share that document with the customer, and we can collaborate obviously together. We can, on the phone, we can, the customer say, well, you really can't put an AP there. That's not, maybe not exactly accurate on the floor plan. We've got a stairwell there, a hole in the floor. The ability to share this work with others in the group is just amazing. It's seamless, just like sharing it with the customer, you can share it with the team and anyone that has access to the product, other engineers, supervisors. You can do the work, you can monitor the work, you can approve the work, all within the product itself. No more downloading a PDF, printing it, finding a way to transmit it to the customer. All of it is just live within the cloud.
Do you ever interface with the end customer this way as well, where you would do the design and then pass it on to the end customer, also give them the rights to the project and kind of
continue? Absolutely. And to be honest, we have started the project with the customer not aware of the product, and then ended that project after the customer has purchased their version of Hamina, and collaborate that way, and hopefully pass off the responsibility of doing that to the rest of their properties themselves.
There can be this three-way collaboration where you, the partner / system integrator, MSP reseller, whatever their role may be, and then the end customer can all kind of collaborate with the project.
Any flavor in between. There are times when it is the partner that's really interfacing with the customer, and then the partner comes to us for some advice. The project interface is really with the partner.
Right. So the partner may have started the project, but then they share it with you. You just get an email, hey, click here to check it out, and then you might drop in a few notes like, here's what I would do differently, and then the partner can go on from there. That's pretty cool.
Honestly, that's happening more and more.
We have a pretty deep integration between the products, right? And more, it's not anymore just Wi-Fi design and sometimes a survey tool, but it also goes beyond that. Can you talk through some of that usage that you have on the integration between Juniper Mist Cloud and then Hamina?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Live View. That is a game changer when you're doing a demo. When a customer wants to see a heat map of their network, that hasn't typically been available through really anyone's platform other than just here's an AP and it's on.
Like a circle type of heat map has been there.
It's not really aware of its place in space. Now you can go in and you can pull that information right from our cloud and others. But you can pull that information live, and you're looking at what the transmit power of the access point to channelization. You're looking at a heat map of the space. You're looking at even down to the client devices, the connected clients. So you can select a client and get a wealth of information of currently connected devices and even the quality of that connection. Half of the customers that have purchased Hamina from our conversations is because of that. Wow. They're getting a live, accurate heat map of their network.
You also mentioned like the live client capabilities. So if you're if you have a site and a specific client is having problem, you just click on the client.
Troubleshoot that client, and I don't know, maybe even give it a different name. Troubleshooting implies that you've got to understand, what's going on, and all you have to do is say a guy has got a problem. You click on the client, and you've done the troubleshooting.
Yeah.
You're showing the quality of that connection over time, real time.
Yeah.
Live. That is amazing.
It's like real-time visibility. That's actually understandable, and it drills down it, to a conclusion quite
Now you are
easily.
getting that from our back end.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Let's say you now have your design done. You can, thanks to your guys' APIs, we can actually deploy this automatically too, right? And this comes down to like what kind of workflow you do. But if you want to quickly deploy, let's say, these 500 stores, you could just smash these into the Juniper system automatically. All you need, I guess, from your side is the customer
API key.
Exactly right.
Put it into Hamina and then push that design right into the cloud.
Exactly right. And kind of the API allows us to even create a new site directly from here, pushing the floor plan.
Inventory.
Exactly.
The floor plan, the inventory.
Exactly right. And the inventory is kind of beautiful, like you push in the floor plans, the AP locations, but also commission the APs from the inventory into the system. But then the thing that I'm more maybe excited about is the actual live view of the system.
Yeah. So you can take it from your idea, your design, push it into the cloud, and then it gets deployed physically, and then pull that information back into Hamina.
Yep.
And see how it's actually behaving. So you're doing your pre-site survey, your virtual design, or
which
predictive
is
design.
here. Yeah.
You're doing your deployment, and then you're doing your post-site survey.
Exactly. And here's a case in point. Like you have the simulation here, you have the how it looked like when it was surveyed, but then just click of a button shows you what's happening right now.
You do a physical survey, and now you've got the data that is that physical site. Now you can, if you wanted to, you could wipe out the access points and put in new access points. You've got the virtual version of the attenuation of all the walls, everything at the site, and you can now, from the comfort of your own desk, do a design with real measurements.
Exactly right. That's the beauty. Like if you bother to do a walkthrough site survey with a Nomad device and the iPhone app, just walk around the site once. You're not basing your planning decisions only on guesses of the wall materials, and it all calibrates automatically, which is the beauty. So this is quite amazing, and this is this moment's coverage in actually this building. This moment's channel utilization on 2.4, 5, 6. 2.4 is clearly disabled. But then we can also check out per SSID, kind of like did you do any misconfiguration, stuff like that. Let's take a look at the clients. We talked about the clients and things of that nature. So let's take a look at this nearby AP here. Actually, I think it's on this ceiling, and let's see who is connected. There's a few clients. You can see also it differentiates between the inactive clients as well as the active clients. So on 6 gig, we do have one or two active clients, but the other ones are still inactive on 5 and 6. Okay, so looking at the live client devices, like this is where you get to the troubleshooting of the network. Let's say we want to look at that guy there, or Lenny Leonard here. Thanks to the Mist API, we can get a live stream of what's happening in the network, signal strengths, things of that nature. We can even see the clients roam around the network, case in point, as we can see here. But also we have additional integrations like the Orb integration, where you can connect the system to your Mist. But if you're running Orbs on your device, which is the case here, we can also get client perceived data as well of the network. So different
like
kinds.
Agent onboard the client.
Agent onboard the client, indeed. Exactly right. And then going back to the AP, we can also see like what's happening with the AP. Is the AP responding? How many clients on each of the APs? This guy seems to be quite happy and idle at this point, whereas this AP, for example, there should be some activity going on this guy. So there we go. Sideshow Bob, Apunha, Sapima Peloton, and the comic book guy seem to be here. How do you use the live view?
So we will use this when we're on the call with the customer. When a customer asks me, can I see a heat map of my network? This is what I'll show them. It's outside of our cloud, but it is, I mean, they asked to see a heat map of their network. This is a heat map of their network. This is what's coming off of the access points that are in at their site.
What are the key metrics on the Mist dashboard that you would look, and then where would you transition to Hamina? How would that look like for you?
So we would look at SLEs for coverage. We would look at what the client connection status is. Do they look like they're in a coverage gap? They've got, what is their RSSI? And then this really allows us to dial into that client and get the details for that client, right now where they are. The trick is to get a hold of the complaint as it's happening.
Yeah.
Right? So we're able to look back 7 days and see what we can see as far as that client is concerned. But then when we can get a live troubleshooting session and get that client out there into the space, we can click into it here. You're not on the phone asking, okay, now what is the RSSI on your computer? What are you seeing now? We can tell them what they're seeing.
That's how this is quite often used as well, is the NOC, the first level NOC is just getting a visual overview of the network, and then they can pass it on to the network architect. Yeah, we didn't even mention that. As the client is moving, like if you want to post-analyze in more detail,
you're pulling the PCAPs while you're doing this, right?
Exactly. Like the Mist system is capturing packets all the time, like full packet trace of all the communication between the client and the AP, which is quite powerful. So we can just go here, and there you have all your PCAPs available.
So when the roaming man isn't green, when there are issues, then we've got not only the fact that you're consolidating that and saying that we've got trouble here. You're actually pulling the PCAPs, and we can go in and find out.
Here's the capture of the session. We were just looking at the client move. Now all that traffic is saved. It's almost magical troubleshooting flow where first you have Marvis actions on the Mist side, then you have the rich SLEs and Marvis chatbot on the Mist side, and then when you need to drill down, you go to Hamina for a visual overview, and then you can bounce back to PCAPs if you have a a Mike Wade or a Peter McKenzie at your disposal who can actually interpret whatever this stuff is here.